Hey guys, this is an old video that I've now opened to public. Originally this video was just for guildies, so it wasn't edited or anything. This is the way I chose to make money in the game. I can't remember exactly how geared or progressed I was at this point, but this setup allowed me to spend a lot of time PvPing and enjoy the game at a balance. Keyword, balance. I was able to do various things within the game, and more than anything, this setup was very convenient for me and it allowed less burnout. Let me know how much silver you guys are making in the comments section below. Hey guys, so I've made an updated guide to make silver. This is exactly what I do personally. Instead of going over like the 1,000 ways that you could actually make money, I'm just going to go over the way I make money, including grinding and life skilling, mainly focus on life skilling. I'm going to try and make this video as short as possible because I've already put a lot of information out there. Excuse me. And this is for our guild only. I'm not going to be uploading this to the public. It's going to be like a hidden link, so if you guys could just keep it in-house, that'd be great. We don't want I don't want everyone doing exactly what I'm doing to make money, because you know, don't really feel like getting contested for my shit unless it's for our guild members. So with that said, I will try, like I said again, I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible. Real quick, active grinding. All right, you're gonna be making about 20 to 35 mil per hour at Cadre if you have one grinding partner, so twos. Okay, notable items that drop are Yonas. Okay, so every Yona fragment you get is essentially 3.5 mil. It's like 3 mil ish, over 3 mil, because you exchange 20 of them for a Bassi belt. All right, you get Yona fragments there, you get Kaffir stone there. This is what you use to upgrade your shit past pen or to pen. I wouldn't suggest using it to tet, but you guys all know how that works. You get a fuck ton of black stones, which will be going to special deals, and you also get a lot of fragments that you combine to get a Cadre ring, which is going to sell around like 4 or 5 mil. All right. Ideally, you want to do like 2 hours of grind a day. All right. So you're going to be right there between 40 to 75 mil a day just from grinding Cadres. Just from grinding Cadre like for 2 hours a day. More importantly, the life skills. I'm not going to go over my node setup. I already put a video out there. You guys can figure it out. If you need my help, let me know. You don't want to waste contribution points. I'm not gonna. This video is not to show you how to use your contribution points. This is just to show you exactly what to do to make the silver that I'm making and how much you're going to make by doing it this way. Life skilling, I've got workshops pulling in anywhere from 10 to 20 mil a day. For me personally, I'm more towards the 15 to 20 mil. It really depends on how often you can keep up with your mats. In Altanova, okay, the only mat that you're going to be actively gathering is Tough Hide. That's pretty much all you need. All right, and you're going to be making Gruntle gear and horse gear. The horse gear that I make are the Bardings. The light stirrups, sorry. The stirrups. This item right here, light hide stirrups, it requires 2 steel, 2 fine tough hide. Okay, so you need steel and tough hide, and the gruntle you need brass, and the gruntle you're gonna need brass and fine tough hide as well. So we got this, right? It's using the same gathering mat, which is hide. This is the main mat. Okay, hide is what you need. Brass and steel is just processing. You're gonna get that from your nodes. The main mats from this you're gonna get from your nodes. Okay, you will need a jeweler to make your Yona fragments, but this is the jewelry place thingamajig, whatever the fuck it was called. You don't need to constantly have points into there. I will just put points into it to make the Yona, to exchange the Yona fragments, get the Bassi belt, and then take points back out of it. Like you're not going to be making Bassi belts left and right. So that's why I have that in a strike through front. The last one is Haidle. So my workshops, I've got a Gruntle armory, horse gear for the stirrups, and then Haidle, I've got a costume mill. This is self-explanatory. All the mats from the costume mill are gained through your nodes. If you want to know where and what mats, simply go to my fucking spreadsheet. That's extremely useful.
Okay, everything is in this spreadsheet. It's posted in our Discord. Section 1, workshops, Haidle, the CP cost, everything. Like, for example, polished stone is processed from rough stone. Active location you can gather in Pilgrim Sanctum. Nodes available, none. Melted iron shards processed from iron ore. Nodes available, iron nodes, which are Northern Haidle, Abandoned Iron Mine, etc, etc, etc. Okay, even going down to the cooking section, all the mats required for all the cooking, it's all in here, including how much money you're going to be making. I got a contribution list in here. I've even got about how many mats you're going to get per energy. You know, depending on your gathering level. I also have a projected profits section, depending on, you know, how many things that you're actually able to get out. Okay, so check out that spreadsheet. I literally use it every day, mainly for the purpose of checking out mats. Okay, so costume mill, setup and Haidle. You're going to just be making whatever it's not like 1 or 2 costumes. You're going to be pretty much making all of them, because you're going to get all the nodes that require you're going to get all the nodes that have the mats for all the costumes here, like you know, like Trace of Forest, you know, mats like that. So if you want to know how to get those mats, which nodes they are at, simply go to the spreadsheet. Okay, this is going to bring in anywhere from 10 to 20 mil a day. Then you got your Imperial Cooking. Okay, this is going to bring in anywhere from 20 to 25 mil a day, more like 20 to 35 mil a day, depending on what you're turning in. Okay, if you're just turning in 5 grain chicken, you're going to be making around 25 mil. All right, now 5 grain chicken, like the 5 grain chicken, boiled egg, and fried fish, you only need apprentice cooking to do this. Don't even bother with the master cooking dishes, because it's actually long story short, it's not as profitable for your mats. Okay, just because these are apprentice does not mean they are not as good. They are just as good. Okay, Imperial Cooking, you can turn in 50% of what your contribution points are. So if you have 200 contribution points, you can turn in 100 dishes per day. All right, so the dishes that I turn in are listed right here. These require only apprentice. Okay, as you can see, boiled egg and 5 grain chicken, you don't need to even fucking gather anything. You don't even need to burn any energy or farm anything. All of it is from nodes. All of these mats are from the nodes, and all you got to do is process them. Fried fish as well. I spend my time Afk Fishing, which I'm going to get into in a sec. Again, you don't need anything other than drying the fish that you get. Okay, fruit pudding. Okay, this requires farming. Now, I do this because sometimes it takes the stress off of these mats right here. You cannot have enough fried fish and boiled egg to turn in 150 dishes, which is what I turn in a day. I turn in like 158 or something a day. 5 grain, you do have enough to turn in just 5 grain every day, depending on how much chicken that you've farmed, okay? Or you've gathered, not manually gathered, but how much chicken that you've gained from your nodes. Most players have an abundance of chicken because it was a worthless map before and they added this later into the game. Regardless, this is going to be your dish that you can constantly spend. You want to get as many chicken dishes in as possible. And fruit pudding really just takes the stress off of all of these, because fruit pudding is always available, and just swapping between all of these dishes here easily allows me to turn in 150 a day, 150 plus a day, no problem. Fruit pudding, you're going to need milk and strawberries, which is what you're going to get from farming, which is the next section. You are not going to make any money from farming. Farming is just for cooking. I would ideally have 5 to 8 large farms. Should write that in, large farms. This is going to cost you 10 contribution each, so it'll cost you 50 to 80 contributions. I don't think you need 100 contributions worth, which is 10 large farms. Don't think you need it. I've tried it. Okay, just stick with 5 to 8. What you're going to want are special haystacks and special strawberries. You can put 2 of each on one plot on one plot. And that is going to give you the mats that you need consistently for the fruit pudding. Okay, Strawberry. The haystack is going to give you milk. It will also give you an off mat of meat, which is good for meat pie, meat stew, which you can do occasionally. I didn't even list that here in the cooking. And then the strawberry you'll also need for the fruit pudding. But the milk is what you get from the haystacks mainly, and you're going to process that milk into cream for the fruit pudding. Okay, so the next section, AFK fishing. I spend all my time AFK fishing because it's unbelievable, okay? Where do you want to go? I did not put that in. Grana. I would highly recommend doing all your cooking and fishing in Grana. You can do your cooking somewhere else. It's totally fine. Valencia, like, here's the thing. If you do it in Haidle, it's going to be extremely difficult to get chicken in, okay? I don't want to be stepping on anyone's toes, but Altanova, Olvia, Grana, those 3 cities, Valencia, those 4 cities are the absolute best to consistently get this in. Here, at the end of the day, you have to understand Imperial Cooking, okay? You're going to have to swap servers consistently. Okay, I'm not going to get too into detail with how you do it. You could just ask any one of us that do this, but you're going to have to server swap, and each server swap is going to cost you 10 minutes for cooldown purposes, and it's just when the resets hit, 5 grain goes like water in some of these cities. Calpheon's not too bad. You want to stay away from Haidle. I do mine in Grana. Okay, Altanova, I would have to say Olvia. Valencia would probably be the easiest to get these cooking things in. Okay, but I would highly recommend you keep your farms by the area of where you're cooking. So Olvia would be a very, very good spot, ideally if you want to min-max time, because then you can have your farms in Olvia. You also have access to your Velia storage through storage mates. It's really, really effective. I personally do my cooking in Grana just because I do my fishing there. Okay, and I like to just leave everything in Grana. It's a newer zone. I just prefer to do Grana. Fuck you if you come to Grana and you make it harder for me to turn in my chicken. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to actually profit from this, get stronger, so hopefully you guys pay attention to this, even though this is going to definitely cut into my profits. FYI. So, again, fishing you definitely want to do in Grana. And like I said, you do not have to do your cooking and farming in Grana if you want to do your fishing in Grana, because you could always transport. Regardless, you're going to have to transport for cooking regardless, okay? Like chicken, egg, all that shit, you're going to have to transport from Velia to Grana anyway. So it's really not a big deal if you do your... That's actually why I think I've done my cooking in Olvia, and it's way more time efficient to do in Olvia. I'm not going to be moving back though. AFK fishing, you got to do it in Grana. Grana, if there's a spot in Grana that I could show you guys later, you will get 10 to 20 relic shards per AFK session. Between 7 to 8 hours. Like if you go to bed 7 to 8 hours, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get around 10 to 20 relic shards, which are selling at 1.8 mil a day. Okay, it's a lot of fucking money. Imperial turn-ins, dry fit. You dry the... So what you want to do is, there's Imperial fish turn-ins. And what I do is I dry all the green fish that I get. And the green fish that I get turn into cooking. Okay? And then the... rest of the fish, the blue fish and the yellow fish, I will turn into the Imperial Trader, and that's going to normally give me anywhere between 3 to 4 mil in pure silver. So you will be making anywhere from 20 to 30 mil a day just from AFK fishing. So every day you should, just out the gate, you should be making 20 to 30 mil. Do it in Grana. Okay, the spot that you want to go to in Grana, you gotta be careful here, because this is actually not... This is a contested area. It's not safe. I go about right here. There's a bridge there, and then I hide under the bridge and do it and do my fishing there. If you fish in the safe zone in the city, that's fine. I've noticed the relic shard rate is a little bit lower, but still nothing that's like game breaking. All right, it's good enough. So I would do that. All right, so fishing. So in summary, what do you need to do each day? Each week, all right? This is what you do. You need 1 full gather of hide a week. You're gonna want around 2,000 to 3,000 pig hide, and I do that shit right here. Okay, Northern Wheat Plantation, pathway to autopath to Xavier, and then there's a bunch of boars right here, and I gather there. I like to use magic tools, and I will do them when this buff is up for the drop rate, for the Sharp Heart drop rate. Do that once a week and process that shit. That's all you need to do. 1 to 2 gathers of rough stone per month. All right. So once every other week, essentially. The rough stone is what you need for your workshop to create advanced cooking utensils. I do that in Haidle. Okay. You want this right here. You want this advanced cooking utensil. As you can see, you need polished stones. You also need usable scantling, so you will need to do a little bit of lumbering somewhere in there, but the amount of fucking usable scantling it needs is so little. Like, dude, you go chop wood maybe once every 2 months to take care of that. Okay, so I didn't actually add that in because it's not really a thing. But yes, you do have to gather some rough stone for that. 1 process day per week. I have 1 process day. Alright, sometimes I might do like a half process day and like 2 half process days or 3 or 4 quarterly process days. It really depends on my work schedule, my real life schedule. But ideally, having 1 full processing day, meaning that day all you do is process, is ideal. You want to be processing the chicken. You're going to be turning the chicken into this shit, ground bird meat. You're going to be processing wheat, turning that shit into flour, or potato. Potato turns into flour as well. You're going to be drying your hide. Okay, that hide is what, from your pig hide. You're going to have to actually process that down twice for the fine, tough hide. And then you want to process your milk with sugar, shake it, and turn it into cream for your fucking, what's it called? For your fruit pudding dish. You want 1 to 2 processing days per month doing melted copper, melted iron. Alright, this is for your Gruntle gear and for your Altanova workshops. This is for brass and this is for steel. Melted copper and melted iron. That's coming from copper and iron. Alright, you need 1 to 2 days. You need 1 to 2 processing days per month to do that. Meaning like once a month. So like ideally, like maybe during your process day, if you could squeeze 1 of these in, you're essentially done for the month. All right, or at least 2 or 3 weeks at the very least. And this is just a copy paste that I did not delete. And that's it. Okay, so if you guys do that all in all right. I'm gonna refrain from summarizing. If you do that all in all, even if you get the minimal amount, if you're getting 20 mil here, 10 mil here from the workshops, 20 mil from Imperial Cooking, 20 mil from AFK Fishing, dude, that's 90 mil a day. Alright, that's 90 mil per day. So I know almost every single one of you guys don't even come close to making 90 mil per day, but if you did, that's like 600 to 700 mil for the week. Okay, and that's not even including anything else like guild salary payouts, any of that stuff, right? This is a really easy system. Try and follow the schedule. If you're maximizing these profits, like I'm normally getting like 35, I'm normally at 15 with that, I'm normally at 25 to 30 with the Imperial Cooking, I'm definitely around 30 for AFK Fishing, average that out to 25. You know, that you're going to be pulling 100 to 150 mil per day by doing this little system here, and it is not difficult. This definitely might be a lot of information, but if you actually kind of condense it and process it in your mind, it's actually really not a lot, right? Like the workshops, you're not even doing shit, you're just processing. The Imperial Cooking, you're gonna spend maybe an hour or whatever a day. Like when you're kind of half on, half off, kind of, you know, eating or whatever, that's like the perfect time to do this shit. Or when you want to take a break, you know, if you go out there, grind for 2 hours and you want to take a break, you're good, right? And that's not even like 2 hours of grind. 2 hours of grind. You attend to your farms twice a day. You do 1 Imperial Cooking session, aka what I mean by that is you do all your turn-ins. Everything's going to be ready because once a week you're going to have a processing day. The AFK Fishing, you're not doing anything, right? So really the only thing you're doing is you're attending your farms twice a day. You're turning your Imperial Cooking in, which is going to take maybe an hour or so, and then you grind for 2 hours. Bam, that's a 3-hour day. 3-4 hour day, easy, no problem. Okay, so that's it. This video definitely went on a little bit longer than I would like to have. I hope you guys follow this guide. If you have any questions with where to gather anything, chances are it's in this fucking spreadsheet, okay? If you need any other help, just come ask me. Let me know.